7th Special Forces Group Airborne Colonel Patrick Nelson, 7th SFGA Commander, said in a statement to the news site. And Central Michigan also released a statement mourning the loss of the former Chippewas quarterback. So very, very sad news there, Big D, in the sports world. Get you caught up on those bowl games right now if you want to get the quick scores on that, and I will roll those. We got USC and Texas A&M coming up at 10:30, and right now at the half, Arkansas over Texas Tech 24-19, and end of one, Washington State over Syracuse 21-14.
All right, we're going to hit the break. Again, if you're watching on Real America's Voice, have a great weekend, everybody. That show tonight with Michael Loftus coming up right now at 9 p.m. If you're watching on socials, we're trying to work out some technical difficulties, but we'll be back for hour 2. And, of course, an Oddsmakers coming up right after this.
Like seconds ago.
We're good on Rumble. We're good on X. YouTube ended the stream when we stopped, when we froze.
I see comments from YouTube right now. It looks like YouTube is on.
I'm not getting a live posting. Let's see if I refresh it. Now we're live.
I'm getting Lindell commercial right now.
We're live again.
Okay, so we're live on YouTube again?
Yes, it is a new stream. So I know that was on the old stream.
All right, so I see YouTube. I see X. And that's about all I see coming in as far as comments go.
Well, you never see Rumble on that anyway. But
I don't think we're on Facebook.
Facebook, it looks like we just went back live. They just put it back live on Facebook.
And we're live on Kick still.
So we should be back on all socials. All right, are we definitely off the network?
They're in commercial now.
All right, let's just confirm at the top of the hour that we don't kick back on.
The playlist is going to go to a file, so that will not be live.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know what happened there. I guess the wireless just went to crap.
I mean, you were trying to wireless input all of the signal and then output it at the same time. That was probably what it was.
So, yeah.
While you were playing a clip on Twitter.
Oh.
Okay. All right, let's...
a trifecta.
Yeah.
Chat.
We're back. And we're off the network. So now we can relax and just do our thing here.
Are we simulcasting on LI News?
I don't know. That's actually a really good question. I didn't even think of that.
We're scheduled
we should know that before 9 o'clock. Are we on LI? Are we on? We don't even.
I don't even know who to talk to about that.
Tell Harry to put the radio on.
If Harry's still here.
Yeah, that might be a good. We would definitely want to know that.
LI News Radio. Well, Kevin, you have the app, right?
Pulling it up now.
The Islanders aren't playing tonight, right? No, they're off. Because that would preempt us, the Islanders, because they carry that live. Is she your sister?
Yep.
You related to her?
My oldest sister.
Are you kidding me? Wow. She got divorced. Oh, there's a whole story.
All right, let's run the opening just in case.
She was a sweet lady. Really liked her.
She's an ass.
Well, she was a sweet lady. That's
if we're on LI News, we got to keep. All right, 9 p.m. live from Studio 6B on a Friday night. Glad you're in. Kevin Downey Jr. is here. Rick Delgado's got the news. Slick's doing sports. Glad you're in, everybody. Hour 2 on a Friday night. Lots to do in hour 2. We'll do some news, we'll do some sports, but most importantly, we'll do an Oddsmakers for a Friday night, a big Oddsmakers we were working towards this night. All week long, the return of Farmer Brook to the Oddsmakers on live from Studio 6B. That's right. Farmer Brook once appeared, as the audience has been appearing on the Oddsmakers every single week, and having a little bit of a rough time picking the games against the spread. But we will. Farmer Brook appeared. I don't know what week it was. Aaron, do you remember what week Farmer Brook was on? Week 4, 5, something like that, maybe 5 or 6, somewhere in there.
On.
I have to go back and check.
Okay, and he went 1-3. So the picks were an F, but the outfit.
Week 7.
Oh, the cheese
Week 7.
Yeah, the whole way.
The cheese head and the whole workout deal was
great.
A lot of effort into how it looked. So he basically said, like Delgado perfectly said in hour 1, it was a glitch in the matrix. He made it seem like. So.
Yeah, like it would have never happened because he's so good at this.
Yes.
And he's so knowledgeable about football and about sports.
Yeah.
That maybe the stars were aligned. Mercury was in retrograde. Who knows what happened?
Yeah. So he basically said, I got to come back on, guys, because the first thing was just a misnomer. It was just totally not, I'm going to pick it better than all you guys this time. So we're going to let Farmer Brook back on for a second time. First person to ever come back from the audience. And he says he's guaranteeing 5-0, which, I mean, come on. That's crazy talk. That's crazy town. This might be next week. This could end up being crazy town.
Yes, his picks.
All of his picks.
Especially if it goes 0-5. Oh,
yes.
My goodness. You would have to make that the first crazy town of the new year.
Of the new year.
Oh,
yeah, it has to be. That would be the first crazy town
official.
of the new year. No pressure.
Huh? Is he the worst ever?
No, we've had worse.
No, I think we've had 0-4s.
Yeah,
yes.
you and I went 0-4, don't you remember?
Yeah. Yeah, we've had 0-4s.
It's worse.
And by the way, it was you two.
That's right.
So yes, we've had worse, and you were the one who was worse.
Right.
Maybe we should compete against the farmer.
You know what? I don't.
The toilet bowl. See who goes down.
No, you know what, Kevin? You and I were perfect. Let's leave it that way.
You guys are stable.
Yes, perfect.
Farmer Brooks says in the chat, ain't no way I'm going 0-5. Okay. All right. Very good.
We'll
I like that confidence
Big D
going
saying,
in.
ain't no way you're going 5-0.
Listen, thank you. I know the pressure. That Farmer Brook is feeling right now. There's no doubt about it. So we will pick your games in the Oddsmakers coming up at 9:30. And maybe we'll bring Farmer for the last segment as well, because I know he wanted to be serious for a second. By the way, he's been a great sport through all of my nonsense, and I'm having a wonderful time doing this the last week, building up this Oddsmakers for tonight. To be serious, he's been a great sport about it. He's got a great sense of humor, and he rolls with the punches, and I love it. But he said, I'd love to come on and talk about the H-1B visas deal that we were talking about last night. So maybe after we make the picks, he can come on and we'll get serious and talk about that as well. Kev, you were not here last night. I don't know if you were up on. Did you see Vivek's tweet about the H-1B visas deal and what he said about American workers and kind of like how we got to where we are yesterday? We talked about it a lot on the show last night. Did you have any thoughts? Delgado found himself a lot in line with what his tweet said
about the critiques
and I think there's things in there that are undeniable about the school system here in America and the decline and things like that. But what are your overall thoughts on it?
Is there any chance Mr. Ramaswamy doesn't want to play second fiddle to Elon, and he's throwing some bombs out there to see how people react, bring some attention to himself?
I don't know the answer to that, but I could tell you that what he brought to himself yesterday, for the most part of what we covered, was not good.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that was his plan.
I don't know. Or maybe this is a group plan to have the knuckleheads on the left stop calling Elon President Musk. I don't know. I didn't know what to make of that. I like him most of the time. I really do. And every once in a while, suddenly he's rapping. I'm like, well, why are you rapping? Just don't rap. Yeah. Or don't say this. I'm not sure what to make of that. I will say this. I appreciate that unlike the Marxists, we are not in lockstep. We don't all agree on the same things. We have differences of opinion, and I think that's a good thing. And it's not whether or not I agree. So that doesn't matter. I like that we are not like them, where we all have to mimic the same thing. We were talking earlier at the top of the show about how they all say the same thing. I sent a video to the support the room, about these local news outlets all saying the same thing, the very same words, and it keeps branching out. It starts as 1, then 2, then 4, then 8, then 6, and they're all saying verbatim saying the same thing. I appreciate that we are not like that we can have differences of opinion, even if it's something really stupid.
Yeah. I just think the argument that the country can't be great unless we really expand this abused and overused HB1, which didn't even come into existence till the 1990 Immigration Act, to say that this is our sole hope for the country to have great people working in the tech industry, or however you want to break down what he said, just seems like a pretty weak argument to me, because this country achieved quite a bit well before 1990, which is I think the argument that most people made when they listened and read what he actually wrote yesterday. So
yeah, and I mean, I didn't even speak about the H1, the HB1. What is it? A flu? Is it a thing? What is it? HB1?
It's a thing.
It's a thing?
Yes, it's the visa, yes.
I agree that it shouldn't be expanded. I mean, it should be tough to get. It should be only for the best of the best. So don't just fly it open, but keep it as if what they have now seems to be working, let's roll with that and see if there's a better system ahead. But in terms of the critique, of where we are, I think a lot of it was kind of spot on. I mean, we kind of idolize the wrong people sometimes, and unfortunately, the kids follow that. And I want kids to kind of look to the better people. Like when Trump did that speech in the South Bronx, and I brought this up a few times, is that he started to speak about something I don't think he said in any other speech, but he started talking about what it takes to be a success in this country. And I think that is something he needs to kind of employ more when he talks, when he goes out on the road, when he talks to people, when he's doing speeches. I think he's got to employ that more. And I think more on the conservative side need to employ that more, because we don't have enough of that. We don't have enough of the people that are getting their heads kicked in by the Democrats all over the country if they live in these cities or in these towns. We don't have that positive, hey, you know what, you can be a success. You don't have to live off the government. There's a video I think I sent, I think that kind of fits into this too, about living off the government. It's the trans species mom contemplating life, altering her life because Donald Trump is president once again. And this is, and I saw this lady's face, and I'm like, I've seen this before. She's the mom of a kid that thinks he's a cat, and she makes a lot of money off this. She gets a lot of money from the government because of this. But now she's complaining that she might have to get a job. Believe it or not, it's cut number 3. You can see it for yourself. Her name is Trans Species Mom. If you've seen her videos before talking about her kid the cat, then you'll recognize the face. Here she is talking about life under Trump.
My husband and I live off the government. We don't work. And this morning, it's Sunday. This morning, I asked him where he wanted to go eat lunch, because we always go out to eat on Sundays. And he sat me down and he said, I think it's best that we stop eating out on Sundays, considering Donald Trump got elected and pretty soon we're going to be without a paycheck because he's not going to give us any more money. It wasn't until he said that it hit me how much this election affects our family directly. Because now we're both probably going to have to go get a job. And so we're going to miss time with our kids. We're going to miss time together. It's just devastating, because before, our country was so great. People could just live off of the government. You didn't really have to work unless you wanted to. But now with Trump, he's going to force everybody to go to work. And I don't think people realize how devastating it is to trade your time for money when you could have just had money handed to you from the very beginning. It's awful. And now I'm like, we're not even going to have Sunday lunches out.
Oh, come on, that's not real. That can't be real. Is that person real?
That's a real person. I believe that's trans species mom. She's got other videos
What do
out
you
there
keep calling
complaining about her.
What do you keep calling her? What's
her name is trans species mom. If you look her up on YouTube, she thinks her kid is a cat.
Yeah.
And she gets very upset when people don't take her seriously. So, trans species mom, complaining about getting a job.
I have run into people who feel this ridiculous sense of entitlement. Like, why would I work? I'm here, pay me.
That's the
They're
left.
real.
They are real.
So speaking of the H-1B visas, Bill de Blasio.
Him?
Bill de Blasio was on with Caitlin Collins tonight. He has some thoughts on it. Here's what he said.
Political orbit.
Look, I see a couple of things going on here. First of all, I have to say I agree with Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy. I think they're pointing out the reality that we're living. You could say, and I hear Shermichael's point, I disagree with it, though, because I think it misses the fact we want to get to the place where we can maximize the use of our own talent in this country. Let's bring in the best and brightest from all around the world. Let's really make our economy stronger. Let's become even more tech dominant. That's the way, in fact, to elevate the whole country and to create more opportunity for Americans of all kinds in the tech field. So I don't know why on earth we wouldn't want to grab all the talent out there, especially because if we don't, our competitors will. I think it's also fascinating that we're seeing this kind of open conflict. I think it's going to be the first of many. And of course, that speaks to the question of Elon Musk's role. I think really soon we're going to see more divergence between Elon Musk and Donald Trump. It's natural, given each of them having the power they have. I think that's going to be a very, very important storyline in 2025, that these two people who appear to be allies but really have very different interests start to diverge issue by issue. We saw it also during the recent budget fight. I think we're going to see it on issues like artificial intelligence and climate, where Musk has been in a different place than Trump. That's going to have ramification for how successful Trump can be in general. And then finally, I mean, look, for the MAGA world to be turning on their own this quickly. This is also an interesting question. They almost look like Democrats here. It's like, so I say this lovingly as a Democrat, like we have an ability to eat our own very quickly sometimes. Well, this is fascinating. Here are these heroes just a few minutes ago, and they say one thing that a lot of the MAGA world disagrees with, and suddenly they're being villainized. That's not good for that coalition.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. We'll discuss.
He just described liberals.
When we get back. Live from Studio 6B on a Pizza Friday night. We're back right after this.
No.
You guys were playing 4.
6-3.
That was the final score, 6-3?
6-3.
Yeah.
Oh,
1 point. No, I didn't report on it. That was a barn burner last night.
That's another loss.
All right, I set up an interval timer if we have to keep our breaks kosher for the radio.
Yeah, I didn't even think of that because we were supposed to be in this trial run and we didn't even announce it yet. And I guess we're...
I thought it was a boyfriend, Kenny.
Yeah, engaged. Man. I wasn't invited, but I found out from my cousin.
All right, chat. What's going on, chat? Live in the chat. Yeah, screwed by the Bears again. Yeah. Exactly. I use them twice.
How long ago was that?
19.
LI News is live. Correct. We are live on LI News Radio 103.9.
Patriot Bobby just sent me that too.
I hit on her. I wasn't interested in her. She's a nice girl.
Damon, why do you insist on what? Why do you insist on wearing white on Pizza Fridays? I'm not wearing white. I'm wearing cream, number one, and I don't think about it. Radio, what station? 103.9 LI News Radio, where you can hear Kevin Downey Jr. weekday mornings 9 to 11. You can now hear live from Studio 6B 8 to 10. on Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays.
I've been pushing that. Was I not supposed to?
I don't know. I was waiting for John to make a formal announcement. I don't know if he's going to or not.
He made one to me, I guess.
Okay.
he did tell me.
Our friend Donna DiBiase in the chat on Facebook. LI News Radio 103.9 FM.
Patriot Donna.
That is correct. Donna. Well, Racing Banshee, he hasn't done that yet, so we'll see if he does redeem himself. Bucky's fan on YouTube, what's going on? Elaine on Facebook says she loves the show. Thank you, Elaine.
Thank you, Elaine.
Charles Parker, the morning show will be back next week on Thursday.
The great Charlie Parker.
Is my AM show available outside Long Island? It's available on socials all over the world, yes. All right, live from Studio 6B on a Friday night, 17 past the hour. Glad you're in. Kevin Downey Jr. is here. Of course, he's the host of the Kevin Downey Jr. Show. Weekdays, 9 to 11. LI News Radio, 103.9, Long Island, New York, Suffolk County. Rick Delgado's here. He's going to do the news as well. Slick Rick Amorati. He's got sports. He's got sports coming up, and of course we have an Oddsmakers at the bottom of the hour, 9:30. We will pick your games against the Las Vegas spread, as we do each and every week. So all you sports bettors out there, we'll give you our picks coming up at 9:30. We'll have a special guest from the chat. Farmer Brooke will return to the Oddsmakers here coming up. Aaron and Fran holding it down. Harry on the highways in the house as well. And, of course, you, the live from Studio 6B audience, we appreciate you being here with us on a Friday night. Let's do some sports here at 18 past the hour. Sports is brought to you by Mike Lindell. MyPillow, and the code is LFS6B. That's the promo code to use for all the best deals for this audience. Man, it gives you a great savings, sometimes upwards of 50, 60% off whatever you put in your cart when you use promo code LFS6B at checkout, and we do appreciate when you do it. Slickster, let's do some sports. How was
last night's game? You want to talk about that? Yes. All right. Well, our picks.
I did not. I took the Bears twice, and came up short, so I didn't touch it last night. And of course, what happened?
Yeah, of course. What happened? They we were at Soldier Field last night. Aaron, my picks got court-martialed because what do you know? The Bears, they covered. They only lost 6-3. Real barn burner of a game, right? 3 field goals. So, yeah, Seattle needed that win bad, though. Dana Webster in the chat loves the Seattle Seahawks, and he was very happy because they're holding on to slim playoff hopes like some of our picks, like Cincinnati. But you're in. You're still in mathematically. You got a shot. But, yeah, that was a tough game, Big D. Not a lot of offense for sure. But Kalen Williams held deep. But a last-minute interception as Chicago was driving by the rookie, Big D, did them in. And, they continue their woes. Obviously, they're looking for a new coach, the Bears. And Seattle, possibly a playoff spot, but I don't think so. All right, let's get to some scores quick. NHL action. Sabres 5-2 over the Blackhawks. 5 to go there in the third. 8 to go in the third. Maple Leafs 5-1 over the Red Wings. Sorry, Kevin. Devils 4-2 over the Hurricanes. 9 to go there in the third. Bruins trail the Blue Jackets 6-2. 8 to go there in the third as well. 4-2 the Blues over the Predators. 14 to go in the second. 9 to go in the second. The Stars blanking the Wild 1-0. Avalanche at the Utah Hockey Club coming up 9:30 puck drop. 10:30 puck drop. Golden Knights and out in San Jose taking on the Sharks. Knicks are on the road against the Magic down in Orlando, up 91-77. 7 to go there in the fourth. Knicks playing good. Celtics coming back, trying to bounce back from a Sixers. Upset them on Christmas Day. What do you know?
How are your Sixers doing, Slick?
They're doing terrible. They're 10-23. Yes, they're not doing well. But they did beat Boston on Christmas Day.
Yeah, they beat Boston. I saw the end of that game.
Yeah, it was quite a win.
How are the Knicks doing?
The Knicks are actually
Knicks
up.
are a good
They're
team.
10 games over, 20-10, and they're up by 14 now with 7 minutes
Knicks,
left.
Knicks are balling. They look good.
They're playing well.
And a team that's not doing too well, Brooklyn, they're losing 69-60 to the Spurs right now.
Slick, did I see that your premier player, the guy you've paid and probably sacrificed the good of the team for the next 18 years, Joel Embiid, actually tripped and got hurt in warm-ups the other day?
He is just Big D. This guy is a colossal mess. I feel bad. I love the guy, but yeah, just having a bad year. Fighting with reporters, getting injured, having rest because of that knee, left knee, right knee. It's unbelievable. And then he fell. Yeah, Big D, it's great talent. Won the MVP last year, in fact. But he's just got a lot of
Mr.
problems.
Glass.
He is Mr. Glass. He's got, like the little glass jaw. He's got glass knees. So it's really been a rough run with him. Getting to the NCAA football, we got a couple of bowl games. These are the bowl games outside of the sponsors and the local fans, Big D, just don't seem to have the same pop as the CFPs that are coming up on Tuesday night. We got the Penn State game, of course. And then after that, we got the 3 great games on New Year's Day. That's must-see football. I'm going to sit down and be watching football all day. But we got right now, Arkansas continues to lead Texas Tech 27-19. That'd be in the AutoZone Liberty Bowl. 10 to go there in the third. Syracuse, the Orangemen, up 28-21 over Washington State. 7 to go there in the second. And we got Texas A&M taking on USC 10:30. That's in the SRS Distribution Bowl. I got one story I want to get to, Big D, and that's in the world of golf. Scotty Scheffler undergoes surgery after injuring hand with broken glass. Will miss first signature event of 2025. Scheffler is the world's number 1 golfer. Ryan Morick of Fox News. After one of the most historic seasons in golf in 2024-2025 will not get off to an ideal start for Scotty Scheffler, the reigning PGA Player of the Year and number 1 golfer in the world, will miss next week's Century Tournament after he underwent hand surgery. In a statement released Friday, Scheffler's manager Blake Smith said Scheffler sustained a puncture wound from broken glass in his right hand on Christmas Day preparing dinner. Big D. You believe this one? Small glass fragments remained in the palm, which required surgery. He has been told that he should be back to 100% in 3 to 4 weeks. Not too bad. Smith said adding Scheffler has officially withdrawn from the Century. Scheffler's next scheduled tournament is the American Express, which begins January 16th. This year, the Century is labeled a signature event, the first of 8. So Scheffler, wow, a big injury, Big D. Why does he hire somebody to do the cooking there and all that on Christmas Day? Jeez. But that's a wrap in sports. Back to you.
All right, Slick. Sports is brought to you by Mike Lindell. MyPillow, LFS6B is the promo code to use if you want to shop at MyPillow. Great way to support Mike. Great way to support the show. We'll do some more sports. Of course, Oddsmakers coming up. Let's do some more news. And here with that, brought to you by Freedom Force Nutrition. Great supplements, vitamin supplements, whatever you want. All available live from Studio6B.com. Right there on the homepage, 15% off. Rick Delgado's got the news. What's going on, Delgado?
All right. Well, headline for this story, Damon, is you should expect to be shot.
Yes, that's if you want to invade a home in Florida.
Exactly. Florida
Florida
homeowner fatally guns down masked intruder and scares off another. Those are the words you should be expecting to be shot. Come from the local sheriff. A Florida sheriff said intruders should expect to be shot after releasing information about a homeowner who had opened fire at 2 masked men trying to break into his house, killing one. The deceased suspect, identified as 23-year-old Jorge Nestevan Flores Toledo. You can guess he's not from your local town nearby.
He's from Toledo.
About 3,000 miles south of Toledo, actually, from Mexico. And another gentleman named Michelle Soto Meliala, 39. Oh, yeah. You're welcome. An illegal immigrant from Chile.
For that one.
An illegal immigrant from Chile, charged with armed burglary after he was tracked down by the police dogs. Here is cut number 5 with the local news story and, of course, the Florida sheriff making his prediction for other intruders. Cut number 5.
Happened around 9 o'clock last night on Hickory Hammock Circle in Bradenton. Deputies say surveillance video shows 2 men trying to get in through the back of the home. Now, they say the homeowner saw it happening, got his gun, and fired at least 3 shots. A bullet hit one of the men. That man later died in the hospital. A canine deputy found the other suspect a few blocks away, and he is in jail this noon.
I praise this husband for doing what he needed to do to protect his home and protect his family. And if you're going to be that brazen to come into my home once again, you should expect that you're going to be shot.
Yeah, so there you have it. The Florida sheriff with a warning to all intruders. Be prepared. If you're going to break into somebody's home, it may be the last thing you do. And speaking of guns and gun laws and such, I don't know if you caught this story with John Rich and Nancy Pelosi.
I heard the New York governor said something similar. She said if you break into a home in New York, you should suspect that we're going to send a social worker to see you while you're there.
So you can be shot.
Yeah.
Did you hear about this story with John Rich and Nancy Pelosi meeting up at a party?
No.
Talking about guns? Well, here it is. Cut number 2.
Come on. We don't have time. We'll save it for when we get back after we do the Oddsmakers.
All right, we'll do that. It's another gun story having to do with country star John Rich when he met Nancy Pelosi. We'll tease that.
That's got to be good. That's got to be great.
It's actually a great story.
Okay, well we'll get it when we get back. But right now, when we get back, it's time for your Friday Oddsmakers. Farmer Brooke is going to join us in a quick 3 minutes. Right after this, we're back live from Studio 6B. Talking about
There's no college. It's Tuesday.
Friday, Saturday. There's this whole slate on Saturday. 12:28. Is that not tomorrow?
Yeah, that's tomorrow.
Man, I didn't see
anything. That should be the second round.
I was looking on ESPN. I didn't see
There's
anything.
There's a game Friday. There's 1, 2,
can't pick
3,
anything
4,
Friday.
5, 6,
Yeah,
7,
today there's games.
8 games on Saturday.
Wow, I didn't see it. I missed it all.
Aaron, do you have college or all pro? You have 2 college and 3 pro. All right, do we know what the farmer has? All right.
Easy, Harry.
Harry, what do you like moving stuff in the kitchen, slamming door? What are you doing? You know we're on air, right? Okay, good. Just want to
we're doing a show.
All the noise you hear is Harry deciding, I guess, during the show that he needs to clean up stuff that we're not even done with yet.
He's been here all day, didn't do any cleaning. Now he's cleaning.
I guess the farmer must have a great setup. That show tonight is trying to be like Gutfeld. The host is usually on his show. Not sure who thought he should have his own show, but this is not great. I prefer you guys. D. Paula on Facebook. Oops.
Oh, this is their attempted Gutfeld thing.
Yes.
Oh, is that what they're doing?
Big D, why breaks if not on Rav? Because we're on other places that still follow the same breaks.
Yes.
Like 103.9 LI News Radio.
Yes.
Long Island.
The home of the Kevin Downey Jr. Radio.
New York. Home of the Kevin Downey Jr. Show, 9 to 11 weekdays. On 103.9 LI News Radio.
Hey!
Where he parties with pedos and slaps the commies.
Also home of our friend Jay Oliver.
Hey, Jay, we love Jay.
What was that, Aaron?
Even Aaron with it.
That was good.
Wow. You're welcome. You got anything else you do? Oh. Can you do a Harry? You got a Harry impersonation?
Hey, you still seeing that guy?
Hey, you still seeing that guy? Hey.
The movie star.
I get you on TV.
I'm in television, right?
Has anybody ever said you belong on TV? How'd you like to mow my lawn?
All right, 30 minutes past the hour, live from Studio 6B on a Friday night. And a big Friday night it is. Kevin Downey Jr.'s in the house. Rick Delgado, Slick Rick, Aaron and Fran holding it down in the big room. 9:30 on a Friday can only mean one thing. It is now time for your week 16, I believe, in the NFL. Slick, right?
Yes, week 17, Big
Week
Dig.
17 in the NFL. It's time to do the Oddsmakers. All right, here we go. Week 16 Oddsmakers.
He's got a vested interest.
Anyone know where I can get some Keebler cookies?
Please welcome back to the show, the one and the only
Big D.
Farmer Brooke returns to the Oddsmakers. Farmer Brooke, how are you?
Hey guys, what's going on? First of all, thank you for bringing me back. I have not been able to sleep. I haven't been able to eat. I haven't shaved since week 7.
Yeah.
I've been a mess.
Yeah.
Mrs. Farmer all over my butt. Want me to do stuff I can't. I've just been jonesing about this.
Yeah.
So thank you.
Just tell us where the gold is, Leprechaun. Tell us where the gold is.
Hey, you know what? Can you say, how do you like my garbage truck?
Yes. All right, so Farmer Brooke is back. He was on week 7, went 1-3 for the audience. Not great. And he basically said that was a jinx in the Matrix, that was not like him, unusual, out of the ordinary, could never and would never happen again. And he wanted to come back, and now we've allowed him to come back to make his picks. And now he's, of course, talked smack to me all week that this is a 5-0 week. So here we go. It is time to put up or shut up. Here we go. Oddsmakers for week 16. We picked the games against the Las Vegas spread. Slick Rick, I'm coming to you. Game number 1 of 5. What is it?
1 p.m., Big D. Raiders at the Saints. Caesars Pizza Superdome. We got the Saints taking on the Raiders, hosting them. 3-12 the Raiders are, and 5-10 are the Saints. This is definitely a bottom feeder bowl here. We got Shedeur Sanders or not. Who's going to get the draft here? Raiders looking to be in line for that. QB Aiden O'Connell and Las Vegas head coach Antonio Pierce playing for their jobs, Big D. I like the Raiders. I have that point. It's gone back and forth. Raiders were
Las
a point and a
Vegas
half over,
minus
and they were
1.5.
minus 1.5. I'll take the Raiders. I'll lay the 1.5. I'm confident they're going to win that game.
The 3-12 Raiders minus 1.5 on the road at New Orleans, who's 5-10 on the year. Las Vegas minus 1.5 for Slick Rick, game number 1. All right, here we go. Farmer Brooke, game number 1. The road to redemption starts now. Where are we going?
All right, Damon. First guaranteed pick of the night. I'm going to go with Texas A&M right now. Texas A&M from the SEC playing USC. I think USC stands for We Suck. And A&M is going to lay the wood.
All right, that is tonight, 10:30 p.m. So starting in about a half an hour, Texas A&M minus 3.5 over USC. So the dream of 5-0 is going to be either alive and well by 1 o'clock in the morning Eastern time tonight, or it's going to be absolutely deader than Elvis by 1 in the morning tonight. As Texas A&M's game tonight is Farmer Brooks' first pick. Texas A&M minus 3.5. Aaron, where are you going for game number 1?
I am traveling to Vegas with Farmer Brooke, but I'm going to take USC. I am not taking Texas A&M.
Oh, wow.
Way
They're in the
Jose.
same game.
Whoa, sound like Donkey Kong.
Nice.
Good.
All right. Aaron's
That's where
going
I'm
to take. Aaron's taking USC plus 3.5.
Yep.
At 6-6 on the year, Texas A&M at 8-4. Aaron's on the opposite side of the first game Farmer Brooke picked. Wow.
All right.
Holy cow. This is what a night tonight after the show. All right. Slick, game number 2. You're back in the NFL. Where
I'm staying in the NFL. College football playoffs is all I want to talk about. I'm not interested in all these other sponsor bowls here. I want the good bowl. Tennessee and Jacksonville, Big D. Another 1 p.m. game. The battle of the bottom feeder bowls continues.
I was going to say, this could be the toilet bowl.
This is 3-12 and 3-12.
This is terrible.
Who's going to get the number 1 pick pick.
Jacksonville.
But that's where I'm finding my bargains, or so I think. But I got right now wide receiver Calvin Ridley coming back to Jacksonville, Everbank Stadium, looking to make them pay. QB Mason, won't you guide my slate tonight? Rudolph is going to have a good night, I think, even though they give 335 yards on the ground. I'm a little concerned about that, but because Tank Bigsby is a good running back there for the Jacksonville Jaguars. But sorry, Hammerchuck, he's a big Jacksonville Jaguar fan in the chat as well. I'm going to go with Tennessee +1 at home.
Well, they're not
on the road. They're
on the road. Tennessee
yeah.
+1
on the road.
Jesus.
You don't even know where they
Tennessee
play.
+1 on the road in Jacksonville is Slick's game number 2. All right, Tennessee +1. Farmer Brook, game number 2. Where you heading?
Game number 2, my second guaranteed pick of the night. I'm staying with college. I'm going with Miami, the U.
Ooh.
The U, Cam Ward. I think they're just going to bring the wood to Iowa State. Iowa State is in our league, and we are not that good. The Big 12 isn't that good. So give me Miami.
All right, the U at 10-2 is -4.5 Saturday afternoon at 3:30 game. Iowa State ranked 18th, Miami ranked 15th. Miami -4.5 for Farmer Brook game number 2. Aaron, where are you going game number 2?
We're going to go to the Independence Bowl in Louisiana. That's Army versus Louisiana Tech. I'm going to take Army in this game. I love to take Army when I can. I feel like Louisiana Tech has honestly checked out. They went 5-7 on their season, barely snuck into the bowl to begin with, and 16 players have opted out. Meanwhile, Army is all in. No one's opted out. I think they're going to win and cover.
Army laying 2 touchdowns here, 14, and your total is only 43.5. So, interesting pick there. Army -14 over Louisiana Tech is game number 2 for Aaron. Slick, game number 3 of 5. What's it going to be?
Well, I think the best game of the afternoon, because it's a great game Sunday night, I'll be picking. But I like Denver going to Cincinnati, Big D, Paycor Stadium. You got 9-6 Denver taking on 7-8 Cincinnati. Head coach Sean Payton doing an absolute great job with the rookie Bo Nix, and also their team leads 51 sacks. They lead the NFL. So I know Joe Burrow's going to be running for his life, but Jamar Chase and also Chase Brown, they're going to literally chase Denver out of the stadium. I like Cincinnati. I have them laying 3.
3.5?
3.5. I had 3. You got 3.5. All right. I'm going to still stay with 3.5. I'll take the Cincinnati Bengals. They need this win. And listen, they're one and done. If they lose, they're out of the playoffs. They're playing for it all. I think Denver was going to get back into the playoffs, but give me Cincinnati laying 3.5.
All right, Cincinnati -3.5 for Slick is game number 3. Farmer Brook, game number 3. Where are you going?
I like Cincinnati, Slick. I'm staying away from that one, though. I think I am going to stay in college and go with the Colorado Buffaloes. I think Dion he does anything he can to win. He has those guys playing well. They have the Heisman Trophy winner. His son, it's going to be the last game they play together. I think they are going to go out in a big way, and they're going to beat the Mormon boys.
All right, Colorado -3.5 over BYU, 7:30 on Saturday night. For those who want to keep scores, Colorado -3.5 over BYU, game number 3 for the Farmer. Aaron, where are you going for game number 3?
We're going to Cincinnati for game number 3. I am going against Slick. I'm going to take Denver. I'm not taking Cincinnati here, so I'm going to take the 3.5. Denver's 6-2 right now against the spread on the road, and Cincinnati is 2-5 against the spread at home. Not really good odds. I feel like this is all or nothing for Denver. I think Bo Nix is going to have a monster game, especially after losing to the Chargers last week in Thursday Night Football.
All right, Denver plus the 3.5 over Cincy, 4:30 on Saturday. That, of course, is Aaron's game number 3. Slick, game number 4. Where's it going?
1 o'clock. I got to get involved with this game. The LA Chargers are taking on the New England Patriots. Slick Rick is in the championship for the fantasy football for a big networking group I'm in. I'm playing somebody for the finals. Who's my quarterback? You got it. Justin Herbert of the LA Chargers. I need a big win from him. I think he'll do good, even though he's been nicked up a little bit. And I think John Harbaugh is looking to march his team first year here into the playoffs. New England at 3-12. Not a whole lot to play for there in Gillette Stadium. Possibly playing for a pick as well. Their defense needs to step it up a little bit with the Chargers. They've been a little soft the last couple of weeks, but you know what? I like that. They're getting J.K. Robbins back as well, so he's a great running back for the Chargers. So I'm taking L.A. laying 4 on the road.
Chargers laying 5.5 on the road in New England. Chargers minus 5.5 over New England is game number 4 for Slick. Farmer Brooke, where are you going for game number 4?
That scares me, Slick, because I'm on them with you. I think the Chargers are coming to play. They have to win. New England is playing for the number 1 pick, although I don't know who they're going to take. But I think the Chargers are coming to play. They're going to win, and they're definitely covering 5.5.
All right, Farmer Brooke also taking the Chargers minus 5.5 for game number 4. Aaron, where are you going for game number 4?
We're going to go to LA for game number 4. I'm going to take the LA Rams over the Cardinals. I had 6.5 as that line. Perfect. I'm going with them. The Cardinals are possibly going to be without their top 2 running backs tomorrow, and without a way for them to control the clock to keep LA off the field, it's just not going to end well for them. And LA has been on fire with Puka Nacua and Cooper Kupp back in the rotation, and I just don't think the Cardinals are going to go all out on this one because LA season is on the line, and the Cardinals aren't really playing for anything.
All right, there you go. Rams minus 6.5 for Aaron. Game number 4. Final game of the rotation. Game number 5. Slickster, coming to you. Where are you going?
The game of the week, no doubt. It's going to be Atlanta at Washington. Big game. Northwest Stadium. Sunday Night Football. 8:20. Playoff implications on the line for both teams. Washington is in, but they're looking for a seeding. Atlanta's on the outside looking in. They're desperate. They need a big win. Head coach Dan Quinn facing his former team as a head coach for the first time since Atlanta fired him. I know he'll be looking for revenge, but a lot of times that backfires you. You got the great quarterback Jaden Daniels, the rookie, and Michael Penix, both going together. They were together in the draft last year as rookies. Good friends, and I do like Atlanta. I like Penix having a big game. Bijan Robinson, he is the Mac Daddy, toting the ball this year. He's been a great guy. He's also my fantasy running back. I need a lot of love here, so I'm taking Atlanta, Big D.
All right, Atlanta plus 3.5 for Slick. Farmer Brooke, where are you going for your final game?
I'm jumping on that other side. There is no way Atlanta is going to beat Jaden Daniels. Jaden, my ASU guy, via LSU. But, Jaden Daniels going to run all over them. We're beating Atlanta.
All right,
Take
Farmer
the
Brooke on the
Commanders.
opposite side of Slickster. Washington minus 3.5. Sunday night at 8:20. Aaron, what's your final game?
I'm going with Farmer Brooke. I am taking the Commanders here. I am not going with the Falcons. No way, Jose.
All right, Aaron's also on Washington minus 3.5. Sunday night at 8:20. All right, there you go. There's your odds makers for a special Friday night. Farmer Brooke is with us. Farmer Brooke, stay with us. We'll bring you back here when we get back. Let's hit the break. Live from Studio 6B on a Friday night. There's your odds makers for a Week 16 in the NFL. We'll wrap it up with a little news. Kevin Downey Jr. Farmer Brooke will stay with us. We're back right after this. All right, chat. We're live in the chat.
So, there it is.
So there you go. There's your odds makers.
That's the 5-0 picks.
The Farmer Brooks now on. There's the Farmer. Bring him back on.
Wow.
Yes, sir.
How do you feel after now your picks are made public? How are you feeling?
Well, I Slick and I are on one that's the same, so I'm a little worried there. But
listen,
otherwise,
you're
I'm
more
feeling
chalk
good.
than fertilizer. What are you talking about here? Come on, holy moly. Farmer Brooke, you can't lay that kind of chalk, pal.
You have no underdogs in any of your selections. Are you worried about that?
I know. I've been going over them the last couple of days, and I knew that. But you know what? The last few weeks of the season are always hard to pick anyway. I mean, people are playing starters and not playing starters, and a lot of shenanigans go on. So we'll see. I'm feeling good.
Give me the Farmers picks again, Slick. You got them written down there?
Yes, I do. The Farmers got Texas A&M laying 3.5 over
tonight.
USC.
Yep. Okay.
Miami laying 4.5 over Iowa State, the great state.
Okay.
Right. Colorado Buffaloes laying 3.5 over BYU.
Neon Dion. Yep.
Yep. LA Chargers laying 5.5 over New England.
Mm-hmm.
And then Washington laying 3.5 over Atlanta.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
That sounds like 5-0 to me, fellas.
Sounds like I'm saving myself.
That sounds like the Blues right there.
Sound like the Blues to me. Uh-oh, did we just lose Farmer Brook?
Yeah, well, he lost already. Look at us.
Oh, there he goes. He's back.
That didn't work.
No. Hey, my computer didn't come on. That's why I'm on my phone.
Paige McGilvery in the YouTube chat. YouTube. Farmer Brook may have bought the farm. I like that
one. Yeah.
All right, so can you give me just a quick minute, or just because I got to get to Kevin's news as well. So give me a quick whatever you want to talk about the H-1B visas thing.
Yeah, sure.
So give me
absolutely.
Give me a quick minute or two.
You got it
on that, and then I'll let you go.
You got it.
And thanks for being a good sport all week on this.
Oh, you too. It's been fun.
Yeah.
Slick, just wanted you to know we're praying for you, brother.
Thank you, brother.
I tried to reach out, and everyone on the X chat.
Thank you. Much love.
All right, 13 to the hour live from Studio 6B on a Friday night. Glad you're in. We're going to get to Kevin Downey Jr. in the news here in a second. Rick Delgado's here. Slick's doing sports. Of course, we just did our big odds makers for the week. Farmer Brook, representing the live from Studio 6B audience, just made his picks for the second time this year on the odds makers. He's guaranteed a 5-0, and he's still with us. Let's bring Farmer Brook back on, because now to be serious for a second and get to some news.
Yes.
You sent me an email saying, hey, if we have time after we're done, I'd love to talk to you about the H-1B visas issue in Vivek's tweet. So go ahead.
Hey, yeah, it's really got me going, because I'm a retired IT guy, and I have seen the H-1B program firsthand, and it's made me sick for years. But I just assumed that it was how it was. But I've worked at places where we have had rooms full of mainly people from India, which nothing against them, but they come over here, they replace American jobs. We have wonderful universities, with great IT programs, and the jobs they're taking are mainly the intermediary jobs, beginning jobs of people that are graduating. There aren't many guys that can't do what we can't do around the world. They talk about them coming in and, we need this talent. I call BS. We can all, it's got me frustrated. And, now that I'm retired, I don't think about it much, but man, lately, the last couple of days, I thought, hey, something might happen here, but we'll see.
Well, what was interesting, as we pointed out on his tweet, was that when he was running as a presidential candidate, he was for gutting this program. He came out and said this program needs to be gutted. And I guess the big question now is, where does President Trump align more with the candidate, Vivek, or the Vivek now, who seems more open to expanding it almost? And the guy that Trump just appointed to be in charge of AI says he wants to lift all caps on the H-1B visas program. No limits to it. And President Trump talked about, unfortunately, attaching green cards to every college degree. So where are we going with this, I guess, is the question. But I definitely hear what you're saying. So listen, I want to thanks so much for sticking around, and thanks for being a good sport all week. And we do hope you go 5-0 through all of my nonsense. I hope you go 5-0.
Yeah.
And
great.
thanks for being a good sport. We appreciate it.
Thanks, guys. We love you. Much love to the X chat and all the other chats. Although X is the best. So love you. We'll see you soon.
All right, there you go. Farmer Brook.
Farmer Brook. Come on.
Oh, man. Love Farmer Brook. It's returned to live from Studio6B.com. So, all right, let's do a little news before we wrap it up. Kevin Downey Jr.'s got it. What's going on, Kev?
Oh, we got some fun stuff from Kathy Hochul. She wants to sue energy companies out of existence because of climate change.
Great.
The crowd huggers are going nuts. They love this. I shall read this from Town Hall. I shall read in my broadcaster's voice. New York's recent move to charge oil and gas companies for so-called climate change reparations, there's that word, marks yet another attack on American energy producers under the guise of environmental justice. I'll skip to the bottom of this. She is charging them mad stacks. Now, this whole plan, of course, is just another way to make money. This is the same woman who's now charging people $9 to drive from 61st Street down to 60th Street and any place below that, except it's going to go up on gridlock alert days, which is New York talk for Biden's in town or something like that, the big meeting at the UN. And she's really swinging for the bleachers on this. She wants billions of dollars. And folks, I'm not going to read this. Here's what's going on. First of all, Marxism hates capitalism. That's part of it. Number two, there is no climate emergency. There's just not. I have a story called 57 Years of Climate Change Codswallop at PJ Media. All the doomsday nonsense that was supposed to happen. None of it comes true. The big problem is knuckleheads with green hair and, non-binary underwear that they put on, and then they throw SpaghettiOs on the Mona Lisa and glue themselves to the floor. They're the real problem. They just blasted a Christmas tree with a bunch of orange paint to save the... Do you see that?
Yeah.
These guys are just idiots, man. That's why we mock them. But Kathy Hochul... Where are those water cannons when you need them?
Yeah, I love those. Those are great. They blow them into the next city.
Exactly.
Yep. Now, look at this. It's called the Climate Change Superfund Act. That's what it is.
Oh, Superfund.
These are reparations. Folks, it's not real. It's all meant to control you. Everything they want to do away with is going to be racist or bad for the clouds. Like a voter ID is racist. Well, it's not, but they want to get rid of it so they can cheat. And of course, they want to take away your cars. They want to control you. They don't even, in New York State, they don't want you owning a wood burning oven for not to cook. I should say oven. You know what I mean? Like those heater things.
We're burning a stove.
The stoves. Yeah, there you go. Thank you. And but I'm telling you, man, it's all nonsense. And now it's just another way for the Democrats to make money that they can steal. It's all it is. You heard it here first.
Yeah. All right. Very good. Kev, anything else you want to hit?
Yeah, you know what? If you don't mind, I love on Friday. So Stephen Green at PJ Media, he's got something called Florida Man Friday, and this is one I've never heard of. A 48-year-old guy gets into his Lyft, and 10 miles later down the road, the driver sees that he's not wearing anything. He took all his clothes off, and he's...
Sounds like a good time.
God, I don't know how to put
For
this.
you.
Who hasn't gotten naked in a car?
He's entertaining himself. Can we put it that way?
Okay.
It's been a few years.
I don't know where he was going that he got so turned on.
Lift off.
I'm going to Busch Gardens, Mom.
Hey, is that a stick shift?
I don't know where he intended to go, but he ended up in jail.
Sure.
I think so.
Perfect place for naked
He's on a
guy.
bad streak.
Yeah. They said, why'd you do it? He goes, well, I got a little naked because I had a feeling.
Oh, yeah.
He's feeling all right.
Bet he did.
Oh,
So
man.
this comes from Stephen Green of PJ Media, Florida Man Friday. That's a good one. I always love a good Florida Man story where someone
Who's the sponsor?
ends up naked.
Turtle Wax.
And Nancy Mace brought this one up. This is insane to me. So there's this guy. He's transgender. He's transgender now and a lesbian.
The guy that was in the lift?
This is a different guy.
And a a lesbian.
This is a different,
how could you
freak
tell?
show.
Look at he split. Wow.
He's 83 years old. He's been killing women since 1963.
Oh, boy.
And they usually find him, without a head. He chops him up. He's he's 83 years old. He's been doing it forever. And they keep letting him out.
Uh-huh.
Well, now he's suing. He's suing because he doesn't like the deplorable conditions where he is, because they took him out of the women's prison.
Okay.
They didn't trust him after the fourth or fifth head he cut off.
Yeah. Well,
but it took that many.
well, there you go.
Nancy Mace is all over this. Nancy Mace has had a problem with that dude who wants to use her bathroom. And
Yes,
so now
she
she's
has.
really
Yes, she
coming out.
has. I don't know. I mean, I think becoming a congresswoman is attention giving enough. I don't know. She seems to be out for a lot more of it, but I don't know. Maybe that's just me. So, all right, very good, Kevin Downey Jr. Rick Delgado, quickly, anything else you want to hit on?
No. But you won't find me in the back of an Uber getting naked.
Oh, you don't want to follow that one, huh?
I won't be getting naked this weekend.
Or you mean ever?
Well, not this weekend.
Yeah, okay, there you go.
Come on, it's cold.
Not this week. All right,
Maybe
very
your
good.
summer.
A few days away.
Yeah, there's always next week. All right, well, I want to thank everybody. Kevin Downey Jr., of course, you can hear him 9 to 11 weekday mornings, 103.9 LI News Radio. Rick Delgado, Slick Rick, Aaron Fran, Harry on the Highway. Harry on the Highway's walking around the studio like he's drunk with nowhere to go.
Looking for an Uber ride home.
As always, we want to salute our military, active police, firefighters, first responders. Hey, Harry, we got a lift coming for you. Most of all, we want to thank you, the live from Studio 6B audience. Have a great weekend, everybody. We'll see you on Monday.